Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 5th edition of the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic. Hope everyone has a nice holiday and enjoys the company of, once again, cars racing around the high banks of California. It's the third time we've been here in 5 runnings, but it's a can't miss track, and we hope to see a good one today. We start off with the heats, as always. From these, the first two heats, the field's basically cut in half. The top 15 make it in through these. We'll have a last chance qualifier to fill the final 12 to make up the 42 car grid for the main event. Take a look here at your starting lineup for heat number 1. On the pole, it's the number 39 of Zachary Fitzwater Sr., a longtime veteran here of the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic. To his outside, another returnee in Gatlin Downey. Curtis Gates takes over the 19, and to his outside is the 22 of Evan Hunter. Then you have the 7 of Stephen Colon and the 11 of Nick Bergwald. The 2 is DJ Reed, the 14, Tim Foster. And it is Californian himself, Roger Ray, and Ben Nielsen to the outside of the 42. Behind them, it's the 97 of Diego Yepes and Nathan Kiani to his outside. Then the 99, Riley Spurley-Tube, and the 4, Aiden Martin. And we have the 36, Jaden Gray, the 28 of Patrick Smith. A former winner of the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic and a former winner at this venue itself, the number 60, Brad Cheston. He's outside the 31 of Jeff Alloway. Then it is the 91, Samet Ozcan, and Lane Tidwell to his inside. Starting deeper in the field, the 76 of Zachary DeLello and the 24 of Vince Freeze. The 86, Rose Henson, and to her outside, the 54, Aria Carmona. The final 4, Dustin Dawes, Brandon Morris, 01 of Logan Cloud, and the 44 of Jacques Noir. 13 laps to decide who makes it in heat number 1. Let's go down trackside for the commands to fire the engines.
Drivers, start your engines.
So the field comes to life here on the Fontana, California backstretch. 13 laps for heat number 1 of the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic. Zachary Fitzwater, Gatlin Downey, 2 longtime veterans. Neither of them have won. They want to be the one to win the 5th edition here of the Classic today. As you see there, Ben Nielsen taking a swipe at Roger Ray or something. I don't know what's going on, but these drivers are ready. They're fired up. It's been a year since they've all been on track, so it's time to get things going. Pace car will make the hard left-hand turn. It's been 2 years since we had these Xfinity-style bodies. They return here, but it's their first go here around California. Green flag will be in the air shortly. The first 13-lap heat is underway from Fontana. You're going to see a lot of grooves in action. We'll keep the ticker on the transfer spot 15th to see where you or your favorite driver are running. And you already see drivers making it 3 wide. That's Stephen Colon all the way on the bottom in the 7 making moves. Nielsen slipping back on the way high side. Evan Hunter started 4th, already falling out of the top 5 as Fitzwater looks to pull away, extending the advantage on the 89. 3 wide, Tim Foster, Roger Ray, Diego Yepes here throwing it to the bottom. You gotta watch. Turn 4 is a tricky spot. You cannot get too close to that outside wall. Otherwise, you'll be stuck in it, kind of fall out of this drafting pack, and lose everything. Leading lap 1, Fitzwater with a good advantage so far. 15th at the line is Nielsen, feeling the pressure down from Alloway and Martin as the pack begins to split ahead of him. Brad Cheston, the only former winner in heat number 1. All the others, the other 3, are all in heat number 2. So Cheston, kind of the real veteran here. He won the first time he went to California, looking to do it again here, this time in the 60. Single file out front, everybody 3 wide behind. Spurley-Tube, Reed running high. They keep it together. Can't tear your stuff up too early here in these heats. Probably see more of that in the main event and the last chance qualifier. You want to keep your car good. You don't want to have to rely on making it through the last chance qualifier. Nielsen still holding 15th there at the line. Spurley Tube Alloy barely in ahead of him as DJ Reed falling back on the high side in that green number 2. Back up to the front, Spurley Tube has it, feeling the pressure now from Stephen Colon in the number 7, the Hellman's machine. Curtis Gates, Tib Foster, the 2 Toyota Camrys working together on the inside. Hunter throwing blocks on Ray and Kiani. Gatlin down the elevator move here, trying to take away a spot from the 19 Curtis Gates. That would be 3rd for the 89 if he can get it this time by the line. Nielsen no longer on the bubble. That goes to Vince Freeze now as Spurley Tube is falling back in the 99. Stuck way on the high second. 4 wide, nearly contact there between Patrick Smith and DJ Reed. Close quarters racing off of turn 2. Nielsen has it a little bit. Couple car lengths to Freeze. Martin and Carmona right there behind the 24, trying to put the pressure on him. At the front, we got activity, folks. Cologne looked lower there through 3 and 4. Couldn't quite get it. We're going to jump on board with the 7 as he hunts down the battle for the race lead. Coasting their way through the corners. Don't want to have too much off throttle time. Need to get to the power before the driver ahead of them does if they want to make the pass. Do we see the move here? Down into turn 3. Not quite. A lot of speed there to the center of the corner. Allows Fitzwater to defend. He's got the spot for now. Still single file. Still Vince Freeze in the transfer spot. No, he has been passed by Martin. So it's a top 16 altogether. A little bit now gap to Carmona and Morris. Some drivers back here not going anywhere so far. Logan Cloud way off the pack. I don't know if he's gotten the wall. We're going to have to see here off of turn 2 if he has any side damage. Can't really tell from the camera angle, but tough break as he's slipping back early. Where's the 80? The 86 is way behind. We're going to stop and get a replay to see why the 86 is so far behind. Oh, they had a tire go down. Very tough break for Rose Henson. Did not notice that yet. Very tough break for the 86. She'll have to rely on the last chance qualifier. Now, Downey feeling up Curtis Gates here to his inside. Side by side down the back straightaway. Evan Hunter thinks better of it. Says, I'll go 3 wide. Going to give the advantage all the way to Gates up there on the top, but Evan will be on the inside of Gatlin here down in the 3. Nielsen has slipped out of the top 15 now. Carmona putting herself up here. Roger Ray could be in trouble now in the 42. They're going 3 wide for what will be the transfer spot, I believe. Ray gets by at the line and has it for now. We are past halfway here in the heat. So these heats go by very quickly here. The last chance qualifier is going to be about 20 or 25 laps. We'll have to see how long that is. And then the main, I don't actually remember. We'll play it by ear, see how long the main is tonight, folks, because we're starting a little bit later than normal this year, so might not be as long of a main event. Cologne has yet to get by Fitzwater. It's been clean sailing for the 39 since the drop of the green. The American flag on the Australian driver. Zachary Fitzwater Sr. paces the field as everybody single file through the top 15 and then some all the way to 17th. And you see the side-by-side action here. Lane Tidwell, Dustin Dawes mixing it up in the 72 and 67. Also back here, Jacques Noir, Patrick Smith, DJ Reed, Brandon Morris, Riley Spurley Tube, 76 of Zachary DeLello, and the 91 Samet Ozcan. Single file is what these drivers in the top 15 want to see because they don't have to worry about getting past really dropping any. Because 15th is still Roger Ray. He's got a decent cushion, but not where he wants it to be. He's closer to 16th than 14th. Not at all where the 42 wants to be for him to get comfortable. I think if you're Martin Freeze, you can get a little bit comfortable right now, but not too comfortable if they can mount a charge back here. I mean, I think for Noir, maybe even Tidwell on back, it could be over. It might just be between this 42, 54, and 51 to lock themselves in before the last chance qualifier and be one of 42 starters. We got action here at the front. Cologne's drifting off. Maybe burned his tires up a little too quickly, trying to run down that 39. Curtis Gates, Evan Hunter attacking on the inside. alongside the two Chevys. Downey goes with them. Big move to the inside. Could get Gates here as well. Ooh. Pushes tight there through the center of the corner. Can't make it stick. Won't even get Cologne there on exit. Down the back straightaway, the 7 having a little bit better run off the top side, going into turn 3, diving into turn 3, no space. Oh man, Evan Hunter nearly into the back of the 89. Jaden Gray putting herself up here. Nick Bergwald as well. Downey getting squirrely on corner exit there. Great racing here at the front. 2 laps to go here in heat number 1. We thought they would stay comfortable, but no, they want the better starting spots because this is the inside line here for for the main event. You know, Fitzwater, if he wins this heat, he's going to be in there for the coin flip for the main event. Curtis Gates knows, however, he starts 3rd with where he is right now. Looking again as they're 3 wide here. We're going to watch them off the corner. They're drifting back, some of these drivers. This could mix up the battle for the transfer spot because Ray and Carmona are there. They can catch the draft. 4 wide here at California to take the white flag. Maybe even 5 wide if Foster commits to this move. This is going to be tight, folks. Oh, they're making it work. Jaden Gray almost into the 97. And Diego Yepes could fall out if Carmona catches. This is going to be tight for the transfer spot, folks. Carmona to the inside of the 42. Here we go. Can she make it stick down here into turn 3 as they go 3, maybe even 4 wide. Kiani stuck their way on the high side. Going to have no grip up there in the marbles. Carmona trying to make something happen. Yepes, Ray trying to hang on. Fitzwater handedly wins the heat. At the line, Yepes is going to edge the 54, and that's going to keep Yepes in the show and Carmona out of it for now. A thrilling finish here to heat number 1. Curtis Gates barely hangs on to 2nd over the 7 of Stephen Cologne. Transferring in, it is Fitzwater, Gates, Cologne, Hunter, Bergwald, Downey, Cheston, Aiden Martin, Jeff Alloy, Tib Foster, and then other 5, Jaden Gray, Nathan Kiani, Vince Freeze, Roger Ray, and Diego Yepes. Excuse me there, but going to the last chance qualifier will be the 54, 51, 72, 44, 67, 2, 99, 76, 80, 91, 28, 01, and 86. After that, I'll take a quick break here and head on to heat number 2 in just a moment.
I could go for some Butterball.
Better wait till after the race so you don't get indigestion. What?
Race on over to your local grocery store for great savings on Butterball's delicious turkey products.
I could go for some Butterball turkey bacon.
Maybe if you do a good job, you'll get some. Never mind.
Race on over to your local grocery store for great savings on Butterball's delicious turkey products.
And welcome back, folks, here for heat number 2 of the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic. We had 28 cars in heat number 1. Heat number 2 has 27. Just like the last heat, it's the top 15 making it into the main event. We've got an interesting front row. It is teammates here for the Motorsports Group. The 40 of Ben Billard and the 46 of Gloucester Dawes here putting themselves 1-2. Incredible qualifying performance by that team with no sponsors on either car. Row number 2 sees the 37 of Alex Constantine and the 25 of Nathan Ormond. Following them is the 29 of Mitchell Collins and the 5 of David Vickers. Nick Breeding and Carter Friesen in the row following that. Then it is William Duncan and Smitty Kringle himself in the 52. The 87 this year is Anthony McClure. The 23 this year is Aiden Smith. Will Parrish, Skylar Dixon. Then it is Alex Mullen, who I don't believe has made a classic before, and Mac Johnson to his outside. Then the 79, Dane Cruz. The 13, Noah Sweet. The 90 is Nelson Reeves. The 3 is Dylan Young. The 62 is Dusty Neal. The 9 is Matthew Zwack. And then we have former winners starting deep in the field, 3 in a row. Zachary Bilson, Jake Galloway, and Ben Crouch. Behind those two, it is Jesse Turner and Christian Vargas rounding out the field. So let's not waste any more time and go down trackside for the commands to fire the engines here for heat number 2.
Drivers, start your engines!
The field once again will roar to life on the California back straightaway, and you usually see this trend a lot in racing, especially when there's two duels like these. One of them is tame, one of them is always a little bit more exciting. Will we see that in Heat 2? Will it be as tame as the first duel was? Heat, whatever you want to call it. Well, these drivers lay it on the line. They saw they got single file there for a while. But the drivers in the duel 1 were smart. They waited to make the move to the end of the race to try and shuffle other people back. They didn't do it too early and shuffle themselves back by the time everything was all said and done. But the base car makes the hard left turn once again. Heat number 2 in the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic number 5 is underway. We're green, and we got people already making moves. Sort of a teammate restart there with Billard and Dawes, but it's not really going to work as they're 3 abreast right behind them. Constantine said thank you very much. He immediately dove it to the inside, maybe a bit too aggressive, because here comes Collins, and we are 3 by 3 throughout the field. Reading, Kringle, Duncan all working together. The 46 going backwards immediately. Orwin trapped up high. He could be out of the top 15 on lap 1 after starting 4th. Would be disastrous for the 25 team. Could be relying on a last chance qualifier now. Yeah, Ormond way out of it early. Coming through the line, Billard leads comfortably over Constantine. Comfortably over the 74, 29, and 52. Making moves down here. It's the 97. Excuse me, the 87. They look the same. The Emco cars. Contact there. Anthony McClure on Will Parrish. Parrish was the number 9 Atlanta Braves machine last year, and I know he got involved in an incident looking to redeem himself this year, this time in the number 10 Celsius Energy car. It's Duncan making a move on Kringle. Here comes the lead change, possibly. Alex Constantine to the inside. Oh, we got almost getting sideways there. We almost had a wreck. Anthony McClure for the lead. Billard holds it now, but a big save there in the back. Currently 15th is the 5 of David Vickers. Zachary Bilson, another former winner, trying to make the show as we are still 3 by 3 back here. Tremendous racing here in heat number 2. 46 has been slipping back. Here comes the 15 making up ground as well, sticking behind the 43. Bilson knows how to get it done here. I'll stick behind and learn a thing or two from this veteran. Bilson, last year's winner, that is making a further move now. Nelson Reeves in the 90. Mac Johnson trying to block, and Johnson has to block because that is right there the fight for the transfer spot. Right now, Turner's in, Dawes is out. That's how tight it is. A lot tighter than heat number 1. As you see Orman trying to gather his bearings, get back up here following the 46, who both of them slip back on early. Alex Constantine, your race leader. Nick Breeding, the 2 Dodges out front. Then it is Mitchell Collins, Ben Billard, William Duncan, Will Parrish up here. We're going to keep a camera here on the fight for the transfer spot. We're going to actually go to high above. So you see there, it's the 87 holding the transfer spot right in front of this absolute horde of cars right behind McClure. Give it to Orman now, but quickly enough, Zwack will take this position there in the number 9. Turner had a big run up the middle, was kind of boxed in there, couldn't really do anything. Cruz nearly pushing Crouch through the corners. Orman sails it in. It's going to get too high. That opens the door for Turner here with a big run off the corner. Will he get there at the line, though? I don't think he will. Orman moving down the track to block. Turner gives him space. It's early on, only just about halfway here in the heat. Up at the front, though, we want another lead change. Maybe this time. Here comes Nick Breeding. He wants to be there on the front row. Coin flip to see who gets the pole of the main event. No speed on exit, though. Constantine clears tremendously, and here comes Billard to the inside. The packs have split apart. The top 14 way ahead of the rest of the field. So it's really going to be Orman versus the world now. Unless the 46, 90, 15, unless one of these drivers really falls off and gets eaten up by the rest of this pack. It's basically going to be the front half's in so they can stay calm, and the back half can just go absolutely balls to the walls here to see who can get the 15th and final spot. Still steady up at the front. Constantine leading over the 74 and 40. We'll watch the transfer spot. Orman getting passed now by Jesse Turner. Let's go on board with the 2020 winner, Ben Crouch. You got the 9 there down to his inside. Can't get that optimal line. Oh, that's not a camera. Whacked there to his inside. Crouch has to really lift off when you're on the high side here. Just sails the 9 through. And maybe that's smart. It might be smart for these guys to settle down, either to catch this front pack or just wait, because you don't want to make the move too early and get swallowed up by somebody in the last lap. Wait to make that move and see what you can get done at the very end of this heat. They're 13 laps, so you got a little bit of time to calm down in these. You see, the whole field's calmed down. Like we saw in the last one, lap 9, they're all single file again. Settling in, waiting to make that big late race push. Who's your friends? Who's your enemies? Who's going to get you into the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic? If you're back here right now, it's going to be yourself. But these drivers know if they get caught, they could be on the bubble. I think that's why Nelson Reed first to jump out of line there. Duncan making a move there on Aiden Smith as well. Up at the front, you see Will Parrish knows he wants to get himself in comfortably this year. He's looking at the inside of someone. Carter Friesen, but Friesen, I think, crossed him over there on corner exit. 4 to go here in the heat. And Ormond, I think they're catching, folks. McClure by himself there on the bottom. What does he get done in the 87? Pushing way up the track. That sends the 17 wide and possibly further down the running order. Pretty much out of it now. Dylan Young, David Vickers, Christian Vargas, Noah Sweet, Jake Galloway, Skylar Dixon, all back here. Might be too far out of it now. Orman with a comfortable gap once McClure made that move. Did McClure make it too early? Because now Orman is by himself comfortably in 15th as they settle it down right in front of him. Do we see a move for the race lead? Does Alex Constantine have it for Vision Racing? The other Vision car is teammate Jesse Turner out of it right now in the 17. Parrish now to the inside of Billard. Wants to make a move. Wants to be the Toyota up here again, just like the other TriStar car Curtis Gates was in heat number 1. Friesen peeking to the inside. They're getting feisty up here. Dusty Neal, Mac Johnson looking to trade spots. Orman still comfortable. Gloucester Dawes, that is, in the 46 and the 90. Nelson Reeves comfortable. But here comes the 87. Here comes the 79. We're going to have a race for 2 to go this time in heat number 2. Charging down into turn 1. Ormond is catching them. Reeves knows this. He wants to get underneath Dusty Neal for 12th spot. Can't do it. Will Parrish peeking low again. Can't get anything. Look at this move. Carter Friesen into the inside of the 10. Trying to throw it up into the corner. But we have to watch the transfer spot. Here we go. Bilson. Duncan making moves ahead of him. Orman's catching. McClure's catching. Cruz might be too far back. Turner might be too far back. It could be the 25, 87 versus the 46 and the 90. Orman still has the transfer spot. 1 to go from California. Neal and Johnson side by side. That could slip Mac Johnson to the high side. Not what Mac wants if everybody gets underneath him. They're getting comfortable now, however. Orman not making the move. He thinks he can defend here on McClure. Do we see a move out of the 87 this time? 3 and 4. It's going to be his only shot to make the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic without relying on the last chance qualifier. No move from the 87 yet. Trying to pressure the 25 into a mistake. It's not going to happen. Off of turn 4, Alex Constantine got the lead. Never looked back. He wins heat number 2 here from California. And 15th, we'll double check. It's Nathan Ormond. He is in. McClure, Cruz, Turner, all behind him. Have to rely on the last chance qualifier. In the show, Alex Constantine, Nick Breeding, Ben Billard, Will Parrish, Carter Friesen, Mitchell Collins, Smitty Kringle, Aiden Smith, William Duncan, Zachary Bilson, Dusty Neal, Mac Johnson, Nelson Reeves, Loster Dawes, and the 25, Nathan Ormond, out of it. Going to the last chance qualifier, the 87, 79, 17, 9, 33, 55, 3, 5, 20, 13, 98, and 70. Folks, I think you know what's up next. It's the Ocean Spray last chance qualifier. After a quick word, we will be back with that event. And after the last chance qualifier, it'll be the front row coin flip and the real thing, the real deal, the whole turkey, the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic. Be back with you in a moment.
Hi, we're Ocean Spray Cranberry Growers, and we're here to talk to you about the holidays.
Right. And what would the holidays be without Ocean Spray? It's the perfect time to enjoy all of our products, like our juice or famous cranberry sauce, with your turkey dinner.
On oceanspray.com, you'll find lots of recipes and planning tips to make the holidays special.
So enjoy your holidays. Oh, and no turkeys were hurt during the making of this message.
Yet. Enjoy the sight.
Welcome back to coverage of the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic. It is time for the Ocean Spray Last Chance Qualifier. 25 laps for the final top 12 to make it into the one and only Butterball Thanksgiving Classic. The starting order has been randomized. We'll go over it here before we take the green. Patrick Smith, Riley Spurley tube the top two. Then it is David Vickers and Logan Cloud. Anthony McClure and Lane Tidwell. Following them, it is the 44 of Jacques Noir and the 67 of Dustin Dawes. Then the 98 Skylar Dixon, the 76 Zachary DeLello, Rose Henson, Dylan Young, DJ Reed, Christian Vargas, Dane Cruz, Jesse Turner, the 13 Noah Sweet, the 20 Jake Galloway, Ben Crouch, Brandon Morris, Arya Carmona, Ben Nielsen, the 9 Matthew Zwack, the 55 of Alex Mullen, and the 91 of Samet Ozcan rounds out the field of 25 for only 12 spots. It's under half the field makes it. In the heats, over half the field made it. Now it's under half. You got to make the moves early. You don't want to put yourself too far back, but you could see a lot more moves being made. I think the aggression's just going to be just a skosh higher this time, so we'll have to see how this race fares, but as always, we'll get on trackside for the command to fire the engines for the third of 4 times tonight.
Drivers, start your engines!
So the field will come to life on the back straightaway. Riley Spurley to Patrick Smith, your top 2. Logan Cloud had a tough break there in heat number 1, as well as Rose Henson. Further on back, Arya Carmona, Ben Nielsen, those drivers were just outside of making the main event. But they're having to settle here. Jesse Turner as well, having to settle in for the last chance qualifier. It's 25 laps. You're not racing against anybody until next year. You can hold back. You can really mix things up if you want to. So I would expect to see some drivers doing that here today. Pace car for the 3rd time tonight, making the hard left turn down. The Ocean Spray last chance qualifier about to go green here from California. Fans are on their feet. Maybe you are as well on home. Here we go. You see there on the ticker, we'll be watching 12th place, which is the final transfer spot. You see everybody already going 3 wide, maybe even 4 wide. Dane Cruz making money moves there on the inside. Everybody jockeying for position here early. Patrick Smith wants to lead the first lap, doesn't want to hold that lead and look back. Oh, we might have our first wall contact of the night. It is the 2. DJ Reed hits it, loses a ton of speed, and that might be Reed's hopes of making the Butterball Classic. They might be over with that wall contact. He's going to go to the back. He's going to have to spend the rest of the race trying to rebound off that mistake. Pushing way up the hill, David Vickers trying to chase it up the racetrack. Does he hit the wall off of turn 2? No, he does not. Getting very, very feisty here. You see the 67 was the transfer spot at the line, but the 79-17 push by that on the bottom. It's going to be hard to keep track of early, especially when they're 3 and 4 wide like this. Lane Tidwell chasing it up the hill, keeps it off the wall though, but it is very tight. Vickers now blocking all the way down from the high side to the low side almost there from the number 5, trying to make it into the show. He's one spot out currently. Up at the front, Spurley Tube has taken the lead away from Patrick Smith. See Dylan Young, Anthony McClure working each other. McClure was just outside of making this race as well. Now, 3x3 back here. Who is in? Who is going to be out? That's what we're going to be watching all race long. Skylar Dixon now working underneath the 79. Oh, we got the 54 way up the hill. Barely keeps it off the wall. I think the 91 as well. Barely kept it off the wall there. Great driving by them. And now you see it. A 76 and 80 were nearly dead even at the line. The 76 had it by just about 100th, and now the 79 falls out. That's not even the battle. Very hard to keep track of right now when they're all racing this hard. Patrick Smith back to the lead. Jacques Noir up to second. Rose Henson's made up a ton of time. Logan Cloud has kept that 01 up at the front here in the LCQ. Dylan Young, where did he come from in the 3? He's up here battling for the race lead as well. Man, the 98, Skylar Dixon nearly hit it. And is he in at the line? Let's see. Barely. He has split the Martins Motorsports cars, the 76 and the 67. But not for long. Here came the... Goodness, I'm tripping over myself. The 67 of Zachary DeLello, and now here comes the 79, Dane Cruz. Burley Tube chasing it up the hill. He keeps it off the wall, though. We've got a bit of a split here behind the 67 of the rest of the field. And what do you know? It's the top 12 together and the rest of the field, the back 13. So, split packs are going to make it interesting. These drivers need to close ASAP. Not doing what Ben Crouch did and really pushing everybody else up the track. They need to get up to this pack as soon as possible. And the 79 and 98 are going to do that. But Crouch and everybody else, they could be hurting here very soon. Here comes Dane Cruz at the inside looking underneath. Oh, it's very hard to tell the 67 and 76 apart. I got to remember that DeLello is in the red stripe car and the 76 of, oh my God, DeLello's in the 76. The 67 is Dustin Dawes. Dustin is in the red. DeLello is in the blue. And look at this. We're still going 3 and 4 wide. That's Turner being put to the high side. Still has been able to really do what his teammate Constantine did in Heat 2. Stuck here, possibly on the bubble. But it's Jacques Noir, of all people, leading it now over Rose Henson. And they have taken off. Anthony McClure's third. Patrick Smith fourth. Logan Cloud is in fifth. Back, Ben Crouch, David Vickers, even Matthew Zoak, Ben Nielsen. They're making their presence known now here up into the field. This time by at the transfer spot. It goes to the Martin Motorsports cars still. But Crouch now on attack here in that number 33. Dane Cruz all by himself there on the inside. No help. He's going to go nowhere. Crouch still side by side, tucked together with the 3 and the 5. David Vickers, Dylan Young there in front of him. Young has not been this close to the bubble yet all race. That's got to be a concerning feeling there in the number 3 to be this close to the transfer spot. He is 11th right now, and we're going to go out the back bumper of the 3, excuse me. Whoa, maybe we're not gonna because we're gonna be wrecking here possibly. How? How did they save those race cars? You saw the contact there between the 33.5 and the 76. Oh, Zachary DeLello got the outside wall. They didn't quite save it. DeLello got a piece of the outside wall, and that's probably day done for the 76. Way off the pace. Unless there's a caution, it's not looking good for DeLello. Heartbreaking for the driver out of Florida. Jake Galloway, this is unlike him at all. All the way back, possibly losing the draft. The 2019 winner when we went to Michigan is out of it currently. Still very close quarters racing. Young has it. Crouch now the bubble over the 79.5. Noah Sweet starting to creep up here. Alex Mullen, Sam Ozcan, we haven't seen anything from them, and it's going to be a little bit, I think, before we do see anything because they're nowhere right now. Still out front, it is the 44 of Noir and the 86 of Henson, handedly carrying themselves up away from the pack. Oh, issues. The 54's on pit road. No reason given. I don't know. Maybe we've had some sort of incident. The 72 and 54 have gotten into it. We're going to pause real quick and get a replay, see what happened here. We'll also check the 76 as well. 54 retired? Oh my goodness. So it looks to be day done for the 54 of Aria Carmona and the 72 of Lang Tidwell as well. Sam Ozcan just walks up the racetrack right into the 54. Nowhere for Lane to go. Catches Aria, sends him into the wall. The 54 has actually just called it quits. No point of riding around when you know you're not going to make the big show. A quick replay to see what happened to the 76 of Zachary DeLello. You see the 33 and 5 slide up, but the 76 there just got two sideways, hit the outside wall, and it's done now for the 76. DeLello's hopes of making the Classic are over. And back to real time here at the California Speedway for the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic. The 54 out of this thing, but everybody else still running, although the 72, 76 are pretty much too damaged to have a realistic shot of making it unless something happens. You see there, could have been double trouble for the Martins Motorsports cars as Dustin Dawes nearly got put into the outside wall as well. That pushes the 67 out of this top 12. If the 33 can get by, or no, excuse me, if the 13 can get by, that's Noah Sweet trying to make their presence known. As Sweet nearly into Ben Crouch, very close. Sweet really had to get off the gas, and that allows David Vickers to say, thank you very much, I'll take the bottom line. Halfway here in the Ocean Spray LCQ. Also, apologies, by the way, if I sound congested. I haven't been congested all day. I'm not sure why I am right now. Maybe just all this intensity, you know. Oh. But Jacques Noir leads, Rose Henson second, Brandon Morris, Logan Cloud, Patrick Smith, Riley Swirly Anthony McClure, Christian Vargas, Dylan Young. They're comfortably in. Then the battle for 10th rages on with Crouch, Dawes, and the 17, Jesse Turner in right now, but David Vickers, Noah Sweet, Dane Cruz chomping at the bit to make it, get by the 17, get the final transfer spot to start 42nd for the prestigious, world-renowned Butterball Thanksgiving Classic. We've seen incidents in these LCQs. We know these drivers want to race each other, especially in the turn one, not leaving lanes for anybody. Do we see a caution flag? Could we see maybe the Lello, Lane Tidwell, Pitt repair their damage, pull off a miracle run? We'll just have to wait and find out. Here comes Alex Mullen, who's been nowhere all day, waiting possibly for the time is right. Is the time right now? Here he comes as Sweet currently holding down P12 as the field's single file. We're going to go off the back bumper of the 13. And pulling away from Turner is the 13, Noah Sweet. They have about a half a second advantage now over that 17, and that is what they want to see, because now Turner has to feel the pressure from the 79. We're getting spread out. I mean, we're already gone longer than all the rest of the heats have been, so we don't know really how these cars behave yet. Maybe some of these drivers don't have long run race cars. As you see the 86, Rose Henson starting to fall through the field. Still Noir out front as here comes Brandon Morris looking to put on the pressure now in the number 80, the Asen machine. 2 Toyotas lead us. TriStar brought 4 cars to this event. 2 of them made it in, that being Parrish and Foster. Noir and Ozcan had to go to the LCQ. Noir's shown it, but Ozcan has not. Brandon Morris, though, the lone Hattori machine looking to the inside. Side by side for Toyota down the back. Noah Sweet has gotten by Christian Vargas, and now just as soon as we look away, there's a battle raging here. Here comes Turner looking possibly to get by the 70. Christian Vargas, we're still side by side for the lead. A little bit more interesting, very close to the line. I think Noir still led. Yes, he did, but very close. Boy, what a finish of the Classic that could be if that's what we see. Now Logan Cloud trying to break up the Toyota party here, looking to the inside in the Flex Seal machine. Settling down, settling in. Do we see anything from Turner on Vargas? Dane Cruz could be too far back. Vickers in them could be way too far back. They might need a caution now, or these drivers will really race one another. And we could see these drivers racing another. As Rose Henson really slipping back as the run rides on. Vargas wants the spots. Dustin wants his spots, blocking the 70. 3 wide for the race lead. Here comes Noir, who wants it back on Cloud. Oh, man, almost contact for the top spot. The vice is tight. We could see lap traffic maybe before this thing's over if the field catches the 72. Crouch making himself comfortable up here. Noah Sweet making himself comfortable now. Turner has still not broken into the top 12 as they're all going 3 wide. They know the pressure's on and say, oh, you've been racing me all race. You're good. I want one less good car here in the Classic. I want you to be outside the top 12. Morris, although, wants to start 31st. He's right underneath Noir once again. And has it. Spurley Tube started well in this race. Kind of slipped back, kind of minded his P's and Q's, but knows it's go time. He's right back there in the 99. The race is on all right. We're going to be 3 wide for the transfer spot. Turner's finally going to break through. Pole sitter Patrick Smith here of the Ocean Spray LCQ could be out of it soon. Dylan Young as well. Dane Cruz now into the mix. Vickers, Nielsen could be in it as well. Everybody else, honestly, just too far back. At the front, Morris has it for now. Here we go for the transfer spot. Patrick Smith, Dylan Young are in. Turner, Cruz are not. And oh man, they know it. Absolutely laying it on the line. Dylan Young panics, lifts off, goes way up the hill. Ben Nielsen says, hey guys, I'm coming in. He's here as well. Here we go for the transfer spot, folks. Smith's in. Henson is in. I think Cruz is in now as well. So that's the battle for 12th right now. I think it's the 79 and 17 side by side. Oh, man, the blocks are getting bigger. You saw it there by the 5 and 51 on Dylan Young. Side by side for the transfer spot. Wait for the ticker to update. Yep, the 17 had it. But Dane Cruz throwing it 4 wide. Oh, he's going to push up. Look out, folks. This could get hairy. Patrick Smith turned. Oh no! Henson and Cloud caught in it again. They're out of it. Oh, Henson cuts right across in front of Dixon. Caution is out. We could get a one-lap shootout to determine the LCQ if we can clean this wreck up in time. Oh my goodness, folks. Dane Cruz laid it all on the line and just wiped out Rose Henson, Logan Cloud, and Patrick Smith to possibly put himself in the Classic. Yeah, he's not. David Vickers is in now. Dylan Young is back in now. If they can hold it here on the restart, because, folks, if we can get this wreck cleaned up in time, we could go 1 to green. There's a chance. There's a very likely chance. So, we'll be right back with you in a moment with some replays and see if we can get this thing restarted. Coming down into turn 1, they were 3 wide. Dane Cruz saw a gap and sent it in on the bottom. However, his 79 Chevrolet Camaro did not stick. Pushed up into the 28. They were almost clear of it, but the 28 got sent around on the 86. Frightening impact there with the outside wall. But Logan Cloud, Rose Henson, both done after that one as well. They are out of the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic. On board here with Dane. Oh, he just kept the throttle in it just for too long and ran out of space on the inside, or his outside really, got into the 28 and everybody else. Nowhere for Logan Cloud to go as well. We're on board with him now. Oh, never knew it was coming until it's too late. That is just terrible feeling. Nearly ended up hitting the 2. DJ Reed, good heads-up driving with his mirror there. But very tough break for a veteran of this event. Folks, are you ready for it? Because I am. It's the one-lap shootout to determine who makes the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic out of the race now. The 86, the 01, and the 28. 54 has been out of it. Lane Tidwell got the free pass under this caution. Lucky him. Can he be able to do anything? Can he pull off a miracle? We'll have to see. Brandon Morris, Jacques Noir, Ben Crouch, Riley Spurley, Noah Sweet, Christian Vargas, Anthony McClure, Dustin Dawes, Dane Cruz, Jesse Turner, David Vickers, Dylan Young are in it right now, looking to break in. Ben Nielsen, Alex Mullen, Skylar Dixon, Jake Galloway, Samit Ozcan, Matthew Zwack, DJ Reed, and Lane Tidwell are going to watch the 3, Dylan Young. He's got the transfer spot right now. The race for the win might be exciting, but it's more important to see who makes it and who doesn't. Here we go to decide the results of the Ocean Spray Last Chance Qualifier. Seems like a pretty even start for everybody here in the back. At the front, Morris, good gap as Noah Sweet looks to the inside. Galloway knows there's no time to waste. He looks to the inside of the 98. That could mean just the 55 and 51 have a shot. Young can't find a way around Vickers. Could feel the pressure. Here comes Mullen trying to make a big dive into turn 3. Vickers blocking low. Dylan Young's going to be on the high side. Do we see anything out of Nielsen? Do we see anything out of Mullen? Young leaving the door open. Here comes Ben Nielsen. Here comes Alex Mullen. It's going to be a drag race off at turn 4. Up at the front, Brandon Morris is going to get it. Who's going to make the show? Nielsen trying to edge Young. He cannot do it. Dylan Young inches his way. Ekes out the 51 at the line. He is in. Nielsen is not. Brandon Morris did it over a 3-wide stand with Noah Sweet, Ben Crouch, and Jacques Noir. They finished in the opposite order that I named them. Noir held that run on the high side yet again to get P2 away from Crouch. Yeah, Lane Tidwell did nothing, but out of this race, unfortunately, will be Ben Nielsen, Alex Mullen, Jake Galloway, Samit Ozcan, Skylar Dixon, Matthew Zwack, DJ Reed, Lane Tidwell, Rose Henson, Zachary DeLello, who actually retired from the race. I'm not sure what happened there. Patrick Smith, Logan Cloud, and Aria Carmona. Well, it's time to do a coin flip, and I forgot to grab a coin, so I'll be right back. Let me get that. Stay on. It won't be long. All right, here we go. The front row coin flip. Heads, Heat 1's winner gets the pole. Tails, Heat 2 winner gets the pole. Let's find out. In the air. That was a terrible flip. I'm going to reflip that, honestly. Oh, I dropped it. Embarrassing. It is heads, so Zachary Fitzwater Sr. is your pole sitter for tonight's main event. We'll take a quick break and give you the full starting lineup, race rundown, all that good stuff for the main event right after this.
For one day only, this Friday. H.H. Gregg opens at 4 a.m. Save 20 to 30% or more. That's 20 to 30% or more off all TVs and appliances. Plus, get 24 months no interest. Get this 24-inch LCD TV $149 after rebate. A Whirlpool front-load washer or dryer, each $399. Even this 50-inch Panasonic HD TV $599. It all starts Friday at 4 a.m. with Doorbuster Buys.
See you at 4. That's a.m.
It's the thirstiest time of the year. I have just one query.
Want a Sprite cranberry?
The answer is clear. It's the thirstiest time of the year. Sprite, let's go.
Next, climb aboard.
Next reindeer's due any minute.
It's those sensational California raisins in the Emmy-winning Playmation Christmas celebration next.
Well, after it's all said and done, we have our field of 42 for the 5th edition of the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic. Thank you all for watching, sticking around here for the main events. 50 laps of action await us. Let's look at your starting grid. On the pole, Heat 1 winner Zachary Fitzwater Sr., who's outside, Heat 2 winner Alex Constantine. Behind them, Curtis Gates, Nick Breeding, Stephen Colon, Ben Billard. Evan Hunter, Will Parrish, Nick Bergwald, Carter Friesen, Mitchell Collins, Gatlin Downey, Brad Cheston, Smitty Kringle, Aiden Smith, Jeff Alloway, William Duncan, Aiden Martin, Tib Foster, Zachary Bilson, Jaden Gray, Dusty Neal, Mac Johnson, Nathan Kiani, Vince Freeze, Gloucester Dawes, Nelson Reeves, Roger Ray, Nathan Ormond, Diego Yepes, Jacques Noir, Brandon Morris, who was your LCQ winner. Last drivers here made it into the Ocean Spray LCQ. Noah Sweet, Ben Crouch, Riley Spurley, Christian Vargas, Riley Spurley Tube, Anthony McClure, Austin Dawes, Dane Cruz, Jesse Turner, Dylan Young, the last one to make it in, David Vickers just ahead of him. There's your 42, folks. Trackside for the command to fire the engines one final time tonight.
Drivers, start your engines.
Fired up, we're ready. 50 laps await us. Pit window is going to be about 25 laps. If the whole thing goes green, we could see fuel mileage. Now, I don't expect the whole race to go green. It hasn't happened twice we've been here. I don't think it's happened in a single Butterball Thanksgiving Classic. 42 of the best tonight await the high banks of California in front of a screaming crowd for this great holiday tradition. Zachary Fitzwater Sr., Alex Constantine. Who's it going to be in the 42? I know you've made your picks at home. I can't make a pick because I'm the commentator. Here we go. The Butterball Thanksgiving Classic is green. A lot of action here early as they go 3 and 4 wide. They've kept it clean so far. Fitzwater breaks away to an early lead. Here come the yellow machines. Cologne, Hunter to the inside. You see us a little bit back. Aiden Martin, if you're yellow, you got to be on the inside. Oh, but pushing up is Cologne now. We're going to see some drivers in the wall here on lap 1. Early, Carter Friesen gets a piece of it stuck in it just a little bit, actually. Just going to free fall through the field now in that 85. Not at all where he wants to be, but here we go. The heat winners side by side, and they're dicing for it up here. Downey first. We're going to watch that as he slides up there, nearly clearing himself off the nose of other drivers. But Alex Constantine has the lead to end lap number 1. I know he attempted last year's event. I don't know if he made the main event or not. Here now we have the 7, Stephen Cologne, looking to the inside of Fitzwater as they're all still sliding, dicing through this field. Riley Spurley to way up the hill back there. Did he keep it off the wall? I don't know. I think he did. But we've only seen 28 cars, 27 cars, and then 25 cars. We have not seen 42 on this rubbered up racetrack tonight. So this action is getting even wilder. Evan Hunter now really getting close there to the 7 of Cologne. We're still 2 and 3 wide throughout this field. It looks like a super speedway. This is only a 2-mile oval, folks. This just shows you how awesome this racing is. And this is why we come back to California every year for the Classic now. Looking at the back of the field, Spurley Tube's falling all the way down. 4 wide, Ben Crouch. David Vickers unhappy about being back here. It's 4 Chevys 4 wide as well. It was Alloway and Young. Dylan Young got the best of that. Brandon Morris making his way up through the LCQ. He is picked off some positions, but it's still Constantine out front, the top 5, single file. Aiden Smith now looking underneath year 1 winner. Brad Cheston, Nick Breeding, Aiden Martin dicing up here. Will Parrish as well. Looking a little bit further back, you have Bergwald, Billard, Kringle, and Foster all up here in the top 15. Now, Evan Hunter diving underneath the 39 for second. Gatlin Downey walking it up the hill, keeps it off the wall, trying to get a big toe here down the front straightaway. You know who got a toe? Cologne. Might have looked out too early, hit that air resistance peeking out of the draft, but he's committing to this move. He has to make it stick down into turn 1. Here comes the 7, firing it up the gut on Evan Hunter. Really slid up the hill. Evan has to panic slide to the high side to avoid that, but still 3 wide, still 4 wide all throughout this field. Gloucester Dawes has shuffled to the inside. He's underneath the 62, 87, and 90. Friesen's wall contact doesn't seem too bad. He's settled into a run here in the midfield. Back up to the front as Morris still slicing his way, carving it like the Thanksgiving turkey up through this field. Constantine still leads over Fitzwater, over the 7, over the 22, and the rest of them. Will Parrish 3 wide, keeps it tidy. That was his teammate he was just to the inside of, as really settling down all the way until we get behind David Vickers. This pack, led by Ben Crouch, is going bonkers back here. Only way I can describe it. Nick Bergwald started very well in the grid. He has fallen all the way back to almost last. There's Jesse Turner. The 2 Vision cars, like first and last on the grid today, not where they want to find themselves. Mac Johnson gets a piece of the wall as well as Nelson Reeves. Johnson's still in it. Reeves hit it hard. Mac Johnson's still in it. Doesn't know where he wants to put that car. They got to watch for tie rubs. That's really going to hurt their momentum. Dane Cruz as well. Innocent in the main event so far, but definitely a little bit of blood on his hands after that LCQ. Up at the front, Constantine has it. They're shuffling Fitzwater back now. Cologne's finally cracked up to second. Evan now feeling the pressure from Gatlin, just like he did in his heat. 3 wide for second. Cologne powers off the top side, clearing in that Hellman's, the Mayo Machine. Can the Mayo Machine get it done here on Thanksgiving? We'll have to see. It's the Rent-A-Car right behind him there in the Hertz Machine. What other code names we got in the field? I don't know, but we're going 3 wide back here. Let's watch this. Ben Crouch. Whoa! Nearly into the 62. Dusty Neal. Jacques Noir trying to rebound. Brandon Morris might have cooked his stuff a little bit too early, settling back in. Nathan Chiani, haven't mentioned him all the way since Heat 1. He's back here in the back of the field as we're still trying to settle out at front. Brad Cheston, groove searching here early, knows how to get it done here in California. I can say that time and time again, but he's got to prove to me that he knows how to get it done here. Could he be the first back-to-back winner of the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic? It's only him, Crouch, and Bilson in this main event because Jake Galloway failed to transfer. Still green after the first 9 laps here at Fontana. But we are still dicing it up back here. William Duncan, Zachary Bilson. You want to talk about a former winner? Here's last year's in the thick of things. Just stuck, boxed in with cars going 3 and 4 wide ahead of him. Oh, that's close there. Freezing, nearly getting to the wall for a second time today. Does not want to do that. That would put some severe damage on that Gerhardt racing machine. Now we're getting activity here at the front. Aiden Smith running 9th. Or excuse me, Fitzwater was running 8th. 7th. We're 6th. This is the battle for 6th. I can't count. Top 5 have broken away. Will Parrish is 6th. They're going nuts behind him. Let's go on board with Ben Billard for a little bit. As I try to composure myself here up in the booth with this just incredible racing. Fitzwater, you see there, bullying the 23 out of the groove. Martin, and I think that could be Kringle there pouncing as well. We're going to watch Billard. They're trying to pass Will Parrish for 6th. Also got some moves being made there up at the front you can see from this camera as well. Big run there by the 40. Does he have anything to do with it here in the 1? All that work by Ben Billard, and they got nothing out of it. Great defense there by the 10. The front down, he's falling back a little bit. It's still Cologne and Hunter dicing it up for 2nd. Brad Cheston showing that veteran presence there in 5th. But Alex Constantine showed up to do one thing, and that is to dominate this race. And he is doing that just so far. Almost about a quarter of the way through this thing. Halfway to pit stops. What do we see? Do we see gambles by some of these drivers back in the field? They just have to time it right. The only gamble they're going to do is an undercut. Could hurt them if this thing goes green all the way through, but if we spread out, it could go green all the way through. Oh, you see the 25 blocking the 93 now. Ethan Orman, William Duncan battling all the way back here is ahead of him. Field almost entirely single file as Fitzwater getting passed now by the 52 and the 23 looking to follow as well. We know these motorsports groups are fast cars tonight, even if they have no sponsors. Looking at them both in the top 15 here, not only in their heat, but in the main. Now Cologne shuffled back to 5th as Downey trying to put the pressure here on the 22 of Hunter through the tri-oval. Here he comes. Here he comes down into turn 1. Gatlin Downey harnessing the power. He's racing with Jesus there in the 89, the Morgan Shepherd machine. He gets P2 away from Evan Hunter. Everybody's still within this pack. We still got 42 competitive cars on this racetrack. That's what you like to see. And just panning through the field again quickly, trying to figure out where everybody is, what everybody's doing. Jaden Gray, I haven't talked about that much all. They've made their way up here into the top rungs of the field, kind of slipping back there. Had a bad set of corners there through 3 and 4. Billard still pressuring the 10 as here we go. Hunter back on the 89 for 2nd. Perfectly fits in the gap between them. Great move there by the 22. Caution! Caution is out. I don't know why. It's Aiden Smith. That's why. Oh, nearly slid down into traffic. They were very racy there at the just for about the 10th position, and one car went around. It's the 23. We got more damage. That is Diego Yepes, Brandon Morris, with blown motors coming into pit lane, so nobody else has to worry about fuel mileage now as we race back, still trying to wreck there, the 29, the 11. Jesus, boys. But we are going to have 2 cars done, another one wounded, and you still have to pit. You still have to pit twice, but it's all right. You're not going to be pitting at lap 25 and thinking, oh, can I make it from here? Do I have to pit again? No, you're going to have to pit twice. Pit crew's going to go over the wall here, and we're going to really see how this race gets shaken up, because it's possible that pit road shakes up everything. Now, the crews everybody have are an equal spread of ratings, I will say that, but NR works in mysterious ways, so you could see drivers having bad stops. It's not out of the question. It's all about performance, especially for the cars that have been running good all day. They don't want to be mired back in the field. I'm talking about like your top 5, maybe even top 7. They can race themselves comfortably. They do not want to be back in the hornet's nest that is the rest of this pack. Brad Chesson has an early pit stall. We're going to watch the 60 as he comes in for his service. We 4 tires and fuel, no question, but it's going to depend on how fast this pit stop really is. It's all about performance. It kind of seems slow on the transition there across that nose. We see everybody pitting in. The 62's got some side damage there. We'll watch Evan Hunter here. Keep it on this camera angle because it is down here at the end of pit road. Chesson's already done with his service. We'll have to see how much he can gain from that early pit box. He's going to get ahead of the 7, it looks like, which I don't think he was before this, but Constantine gets them all. Do we see a move there out by the 22? Evan Hunter trying to be Constantine, the line very close. I think Evan Hunter may have gotten him. It depends on what timing line they're counting. Constantine rockets away, carrying more speed, but Evan Hunter may have just snookered the lead away from the 37. We'll have to see as they climb up to pace speed to catch the pace car. Obviously, no one stayed out. But is Alex Constantine your leader? Or is it Evan Hunter? This is the question here before we get some replays to see why we're under caution. Evan's racing up. I guess it is that later line. I guess it's the yellow line that is the pit commitment line. So Alex Constantine, the Vision Racing crew, executed on their stops, and they are your leaders. We'll be back with you for some replays and to get this thing back green here from California. Taking a look at it here down into turn 1, Carter Friesen's going to make it 4 wide. Very similar incident to what we saw at the LCQ. Just ran out of real estate. Dusty Neal into the 97. Neal gets a piece of it as well, but the 23 slides around. But it's not over yet. Yepes trying to get to the bottom. Knows his car is wounded. Cuts across the approaching 80 of Brandon Morris. Brandon didn't know where he was going, so instead, Brandon drove straight into the back of the 97. Just an avoidable incident, but the 3rd car out from this one. Actually, they're the only 2 cars out. Aiden Smith is still on track. We'll be right back with you for the green flag after these messages.
Oh, cartons of camels are sure to please. Besides, they look so handsome under Christmas trees. So easy to give, so good to get. Give Camels the nation's favorite cigarette. Ho, ho, ho! It's gift-packed, ready to give, with a space for your greeting.
Welcome back to the 5th running of the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic. We are under caution for a incident between the 23, 80, and 97. The 80 and 97 have gone behind the wall. Nick Bergwald cut a tire underneath the caution, but he'll catch up for the green. Just unfortunate for him. Your top 10, Alex Constantine has been the dominant car of the day tonight so far. Evan Hunter, Brad Chesson, Stephen Colon, Will Parrish, Ben Billard, Smitty Crinkle, Gloucester Dawes, the 14 of Tim Foster, and the 39 of Zachary Fitzwater Jr. are your top 10. 30 laps to go, over halfway. We still have a pit stop remaining, folks. What happens on this restart? Well, we'll just have to wait and see. Here we go. Constantine leads us down. Will he keep the lead, or will the other drivers, have they made the adjustments to pounce on the 37? Let's find out. Brad Cheston senses it's time to make a move. He goes underneath the fellow Ford of Evan Hunter. Cologne doesn't know who to help. Here comes the 52 and the 46. 14 coming even lower. Tib Foster trying to make up ground while he's in the top 10. Evan keeps the spot over Brad. Can he set anything up here on a Constantine on corner exit? Will Parrish blocking down to the inside, trying to make up time. Gatlin Downey, he fell on pit road. I just noticed this. He's outside the top 5, outside of the top 10 right now as he chases around Nick Breeding. Cheston walks it up the racetrack, but here we go for the race lead. Cologne nearly into the 37 as the 22 takes it. Action picking up here at Fontana, especially on this restart. They know this is a great time to make moves, so they're making them. Evan Hunter carrying it up the hill, trying to block the run from the 7. Has to block a run possibly from the 37 here. Fly by quickly of the field. One car off pace in the back. That is the 23 of Aiden Smith, it appears to be. 3 wide. Will Parrish. He's the one that make adjustments on this restart. Here he comes. Oh, up the racetrack nearly into the 37. Very close to almost another accident there. And that could have been big because that was right in front of the entire field. Going to buy Evan Hunter some time out front. Here come the TMG cars. Gloucester Dawes, Ben Billard finally making up time here on this restart. Crinkle as well. The underfunded cars shining off their stuff tonight. Cheston, Downey still going backwards. 4 wide back here. Roger Ray, Nathan Ormond, Dustin Dawes. Fitzwater still dropping in that 39. I think as the track is cooled off, gotten a little bit more grip here, the 39's not driving as it was, as it did in the heat. But the front, Evan Hunter has it. Will Parrish, Alex Constantine, Gloucester Dawes, Ben Billard, Smitty Kringle, Nick Breeding, Stephen Cologne, Jaden Gray, Brad Cheston, your top 10. Gatlin Downey trying to change that list of drivers as he goes underneath the 60 for 10th. Ben Crouch, Curtis Gates, they've been waiting. Jacques Noir as well. Here they come. Actually, 2 TriStar cars trying to find Will Parrish all the way up there. Is TriStar going to be the team to beat now? Here we go up at the front. Will Parrish making moves. Gloucester Dawes making further moves. Constantine doesn't know what he's doing with his car now that it's not leading the race. He's falling back. Here comes the 52 possibly getting underneath the 40. 74 thinking about a move here. Here comes Breeding. Oh, there might have been contact there with him in the 52. I don't know if there was, but it was very close. We got cars chasing up the racetrack. David Vickers into the outside wall. Just brushed it. Not too bad, but it's going to cost him some time. 4 wide down in the corner. This is where we see incidents happen. Got to mind your P's and Q's. Oh, it's Dane Cruz again. It's Dane Cruz again. Contact. Oh, they wrecked ahead of them, though. Hard crash. Vince Freeze, Dylan Young, William Duncan, and Jeff Alloway all into the outside wall. That was a scary impact. 3 of them almost went head on. Look out, Aiden Smith. Oh, no. What are you doing? I don't know what Aiden Smith was doing, but he just tore up his car for no reason. Obviously didn't want to be riding around in the back. Evan Hunter still has the leads, and this caution comes at an important time because you are good to the end. This will be the final pit stop of the day. Everybody else, I don't think anyone was a lap down, so no one gets the free pass right now. But tough break. Vince Freeze, his hopes have gone up in smoke. William Duncan, pretty damaged. Dylan Young's probably done. I would assume Aiden Smith's done. Alloway, might be okay. David Vickers got some front end damage. We were watching Dane Cruz thinking he was going to be the one to do it, but turns out it happened in the 4 wide set ahead of him. Pit stops, pit stops, pit stops. Alex Constantine really fell back. He's outside of the top 10 now. He got shuffled high and just never recovered. He needs to have a very good pit stop yet again this time. We'll watch the 22 as he is pretty far down the pit lane to see where you or your favorite driver cycle out after this final round of pit stops. Well, at least we assume it's the final round. Really, I guess the prestige of the Classic is really getting to some of these drivers' heads because they are making these absolute kamikaze moves on the other drivers in the field, and it's causing these wrecks that we've seen all night long. They're all happening down in the turns 1 and 2, nowhere else. No, oh, we got pitch strategy. I think we got Smitty, Kringle, Will Parrish. We got people taking 2 tires compared to 4. This is interesting, because we're going to have drivers like Evan Hunter and others on 4 tires. I think the 52 only took 2. I'd have to check these logs here. See if I can find the 52 on this list. Not the easiest to read, I'll be honest. There's pit out 52, so in 13. I don't know. I can't. I don't know how to read the pit logs, I'll be honest. But I believe we'll go back, check it on the replay, see if these drivers took 2 tires and who the first driver on 4 tires is. Because these tires are going to wear. It's going to make the final run of the gun, the run to win the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic, ever more interesting. Get some replays. Be back with you in a little bit. Replay here, the incident that just happened around the halfway mark. They were 4 wide coming down into the corner. Riley Spurley tube kind of drifts up the track, nearly clears the 24, just barely clips him at the end of it, and that sends 93, 3, 31, and 24 all up into the outside wall, ending their days prematurely. And Aiden Smith comes in here the very end of this wreck, all the way back there, just to finish off the 3 of Dylan Young. Look at this one on board here with the 99. Just caught the 24. Lucky the 99 didn't go around himself. On board the number 3, Dylan Young. Another one of those where just hopeless. And wreck happens, it's completely out of your control. Trying to salvage your car, and until 23 flew up on the wreck and just misjudged it. Go back to the green here. Fontana to wrap up the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic.
For every turn, a twist. For every start, an untimely finish. For every win, someone who loses it. For every number, a nation. For every celebration, a brawl. For every split second, years of work. For every heaven, a hell. For every good old boy, a good old girl. For every curse, a prayer. For every ounce of order, a jug of chaos. For every twist, there's a turn.
All right, folks, we are back here at Fontana for a 21-lap shootout to end the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic. We've got people on 2 tires. They are Smitty Krinkle, Will Parrish, Ben Billard, Gatlin Downey, Alex Constantine, Curtis Gates, Stephen Colon, Roger Ray, Tib Foster, and Ben Crouch. Gloucester Dawes in 10th, the first driver on 4 tires. Evan Hunter's on 4 tires. Brad Cheston's on 4 tires. I did not check after that, but I'm assuming most of these drivers are on 4 tires. Zachary Bilson, Nick Breeding, Jaden Gray, Aiden Martin, Dane Cruz, Dustin Dawes, Carter Friesen, Jacques Noir, Anthony McClure, Nathan Orman, Mitchell Collins, Zachary Fitzwater Sr., Christian Vargas, Riley Spurley, Mac Johnson, Nathan Kiani, Noah Sweet, Nelson Reeves, Nick Birdwell, Jesse Turner, Dylan Young, and 3 damaged cars, actually. Not Dylan Young, Dusty Niels in the 62. He had a little bit of damage. He repaired it underneath the caution. The 5 and the 31, we'll have to see if they're even making minimum speed after their damages. Enough tripping over words. We got a race to finish up, folks. Smitty Kringle on debut. Can he get it done? Here we go. Green flag is out. Back to green at Fontana. Here comes Will Parrish. Had his steam down the back straightaway. He's going to have the race lead. Maybe not for long if Ben Billard has anything to say about it in the 40. Parrish will have it comfortably off the corner. You cannot carry the speed on the low side through 3 and 4. You just cannot. You got to run that middle groove. Anybody in the wall off the corner can't even tell. Now, Kringle wants it back into turn 1 where he knows he can make the move stick. Here comes the 52 to the inside, pushing up the track. Got it very clearly. Now, Roger Ray, where did he come from? Now, we see right behind Ray, the 4 tires going to work. Gloucester Dawes, Evan Hunter, the rest of the field. Can they do anything on the people that took 2? Parrish still fighting back for the race lead. He made it work in turn 3 last time, trying to make it work again. Very close there with the 42 and the 37, nearly going around. Gatlin Downey slaps the outside wall. Kringle leads easily over Parrish and Billard now behind them. It's a madhouse. Brad Chaston, next driver to make it 4 wide into the 36. They're going to go around again. Jaden Gray into the wall. Roger raising it. Tim Foster back into traffic. Sweeps up Bilson in this. Mitchell Collins over to go. Terrible crash. Flipping in the back as well. Dane Cruz up and over. Noah Sweet's damaged. The 17s, 15 are in it. Oh, it's all gone wrong here at Fontana. People are starting to lose their heads. Smitty Kringle leads us. Will Parrish, Ben Billard, Alex Constantine, Gloucester Dawes, your top 5. But we've seen 2 separate incidents down in turns 1 and 2. This is getting a little out of hand at this point, folks. But we'll get replays, see what happened. Hope everybody involved's all right. Slowing things down here into turn 1. Brad Cheston threw it 4 wide on the inside. It's a wreck. It's a textbook wreck here in the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic at this point. Should even say in the drivers meeting now, it will not stick down there. Pushes up into the 36, 43, and 42. Nowhere for them to go. Nowhere for Tim Foster to go as well. Those 4 slide up. They wreck in the back as well. Foster hooks it down, trying to save it. Nowhere to go. Gets Nathan Orman. Comes back up into Bilson, who is probably fine. And Bilson gets hit here by Mitchell Collins. Bam! Right into the door. Nearly going over the 43 does. Slips by just. Jeff Alloway does. And also here, David Vickers comes flying by. Just misses the 43 as well. So Bilson thankfully did not get the worst of this wreck. We're going to view that part next with the 79 of Dane Cruz. Further back in the pack, it's another 4 wide situation. It's Mac Johnson this time on the inside of Turner, Sweet, and Cruz. Pushes up the hill. Now Jesse Turner gets carried up into Sweet, carried into Cruz, and unlike the others, Dane Cruz gets kicked over. A tremendous roll by the 79. Climbs over on top of the 13 once and now twice, as the 79 just rumbling, bumbling, stumbling all the way through 1 and 2. Now rolls again on top of the 17 this time. Just a very scary looking incident for the 79. The second means car with his teammate Smitty Kringle leading the race. But for Dane Cruz, the racing gods seem to give him a little bit of karma as he gets the worst of that. We'll get an onboard of 2 and go back to green. Out of the roof of the number 62 Chevrolet Camaro, Dusty Neal. Wrecking all around, just chaos everywhere, but 62 is one of the few that was able to make it through all that. Oh no, folks. I literally left the room. I walked back in and I see the 52 on the apron. Your race leader, Smitty Kringle, blowing the motor after this during this caution period. Heartbreaking for the Means team. They just had one of their cars tumbling through the air, and the race leader has blown the motor. Tough scenes there for the 52, but this means Will Parrish inherits the race lead. Ben Billard second. Alex Constantine third. Gloucester Dawes fourth. Evan Hunter fifth. Then Brad Chesson, Curtis Gates, Nick Breeding, Aiden Martin, and Stephen Colon are now your top 10. An awful situation for that 52 team. We're going to go green here this time. Yeah, the engine blue. It was a big one, too. Oh. Further back, outside the top 10, who's still in this race? Ben Crouch is. 67, Dustin Dawes is. Carter Friesen, Gatlin Downey, Zachary Fitzwater Sr. Both of them know how to run at the front at this track. The 16, Nathan Kiani, Riley Spurlingtube, Jacques Noir, Christian Vargas, Anthony McClure, Nick Bergwald, Nelson Reeves. 62, Dusty Neal, Jeff Alloway, David Vickers, and Nathan Ormond. So we got 26 cars. Oh, another issue. Really? We got a tire going down on Nick Breeding. This race is falling apart at the seams. The turkey has collapsed in the oven, folks. This is not good. But it's still a holiday. We still got to finish this one out. It's our one go. We only bought one turkey, so this is it for all the marbles here at the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic. I mean, the field's trying to stuff me right now with this racing quality, so hopefully we can get a nice green flag run here to the finish and no more of this chaos. Throwing it 4 wide and all that. The AI are calmer than they would be in the last chance qualifier too, so we're seeing more wrecks for some reason, but NR will NR. Thank you all for sticking through this. We got a race to finish. It'll be a 15-lap dash now. Leading us down will be Will Parrish. Oh, Nick Breeding's really going to get screwed here because we're going green while he's got a tire going down, but cannot plan instance here in the world. Constantine jumping out early. We are back green here from California. Who does what on this restart? Evan Hunter's going to be the one to do something. Curtis Gates as well. They're making up a ton of time here on the bottom. Trying to pick up spots early. Gloucester Dawes abandoning his teammate. Ben Billard wants the win for himself. He's got the country of Lithuania cheering behind him. That 46 car does. We'll have to see what he can do here now. Hunter now Cheston trying to get it. Could this be the last Butterball Thanksgiving Classic? I don't know yet, but Cheston trying to be the one to secure that if he can to win the first and the last one. Constantine trying to get back up here. Curtis Gates was good in his heat. Aiden Martin, the Purdue car, trying to show the preferred poultry. I can't even believe we're letting this car run in this race. Dustin Dawes sliding up the hill nearly to the Mayo Machine. And former winner Ben Crouch up there. The action's tight, folks. Nick Breeding's merging. He's going to be a lap car in this battle. We do have to see minimum speed, though. 194 entering the corners. Orman's not making it, folks. We're going to have to park the 25. Tough break there for the Zaxby's machine of Nathan Orman. Just did not meet minimum speed. Can't be having that affecting the race outcome. Constantine down low now on the 60. They're going to deal with Breeding here, which is going to be interesting. Please, please keep it off one another, boys. Early tubed in the Crouch. They didn't keep it. Oh, we're wrecking again. They all saved it. No, they don't. Bergwald just gets dumped by Neal. That's definitely going to bring out the caution. Oh, that's going to bring out the caution. David Vickers wipes himself out in 8. What are we doing? There's no caution. There's no... Alright, there's no caution. I'm throwing one. That's not the right... There needs to be a caution. We had like 4 separate incidents. Nick Breeding is going to be on the lead lap. Lucky him, but... Please, please, what are we doing? That just, it absolutely had to be a caution. This is getting frustrating in all honesty, but Will Parrish leads us over Evan Hunter. Still 3 wide, still trying to wreck, by the way. Brad Cheston, Alex Constantine, Ben Billard. Will Parrish leads us back. We've had yet another incident. I don't know what the 1162 we're doing. Let's get some replays. We'll wrap this up. We'll wrap this all up. Alright, helicopter shot of this. We went 3 wide, and they proved you can wreck it when you're going 3 wide, not even 4 wide here. Dustin Dawes trying to clear himself over Curtis Gates. Just does not get there. Just a skosh away from doing so. Gates keeps the foot on the throttle, sending them and the 4 up into the outside wall. Gates heavy contact clips the 39 there as well. And they hold it together. Just Bergwall kind of lifting off of the pack ahead of him. That's why he got spun by the 62. But the 4 of Aiden Martin, just trying to get out of the way, does not expect people coming behind them. That person being the 5 of David Vickers, just coming in hot right into the back of the 4. I don't know if he wasn't paying attention or something, but that is just another Aiden Smith move. Just completely embarrassing by the 5. And with all that fluid being laid down, I decided, I don't know why I said we, there's only one official here up in the booth. It's better just to call a caution, restart this again, and get anything. Because it's only going to be 2, 3, 4. There's only 6 people up here. Everybody else back here had no shot of this race win. So, make it fair for everybody. Throw the caution when it should have been called, and get this thing back going.
Hey, Mr. Smith. Want to try out my time machine? It runs on Doritos.
Sure. So now what?
Gotta put the whole bag in.
Okay.
Yes.
It's really working, Jimmy! This is the greatest moment of my life! Get out of my yard! Jimmy? You're so old. It's the future!
Usually, the first question is, how much power has it got? Well, it's pretty amazing. We're talking over 30 grams of delicious Butterball protein, plus turkey bacon, cheese, and don't forget the heat. Get the Butterball Victory Lap Sandwich. Nothing beats Butterball, the choice of turkitarians.
Alright, folks, it is time to finish this thing off, the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic. We got no room for leftovers. This has to be done here. Will Parrish still leads it on a 2-tire call, but the 4-tire drivers are creeping up here. Evan Hunter, Gloucester Dawes, and Brad Cheston. Also on the 2-tire strategy, still hanging out at the front, Alex Constantine and Ben Billard. Drivers we haven't seen make a name for themselves yet today. Nathan Chiani, Riley Spurley 2, Ben Crouch up here. Zachary Fitzwater Sr., your pole sitter, has rebounded to 10th after a very quiet middle run. Jacques Noir, Anthony McClure, Stephen Colon, Christian Vargas all still in the mix. Everybody else back here might need some more attrition. 23 cars are left on track, 22 of them on the lead lap. Will Parrish, can he hang on in what is his second Butterball Thanksgiving Classic? Will Evan Hunter do it? Will Gloucester Dawes do it in his first? What happens here? Does Brad Cheston do it in his 5th? 9 laps for the fans to find out, and I don't think they're going to sit down during any of this if we can manage to hold a green flag run. Here we go, back to green in California. Good restart from Parrish. Nothing to worry about yet. Cheston trying to make quick work of the 37 of Constantine. Dawes already did that. The 16 trying to follow. The 16's going to do even quicker work. Here comes Kiani trying to get up there with his teammate in Cheston. Ben Crouch trying to win his second. Here we go. Do we see a move out of the 22? Not quite yet. We're going to see one here off a corner exit. Here comes the 22 of Evan Hunter trying to take the lead away. He'll have it at the line. Will he have it through 1 and 2? Please, please just stay 3 wide. We don't want to see another accident. Good so far, good so far. Here comes Gloucester Dawes to the inside in the 46. The unsponsored machine trying to upset everyone. Brad Cheston will not make everyone upset, trying to upset the field. You know what I mean. Here comes Cheston now to third, trying to get underneath the fellow Ford of Hunter. Kiani into the mix. Add Jacques Noir into the mix. He's been nowhere all day. They're getting very dicey back here. They know they have to make the moves back here or else it's just going to be way too late. Cologne Vargas way down the hill. Fitzwater trying to power around the high side like he did to win his heat. Here comes Brad Cheston to the inside of the 46. That'll keep Hunter in the lead for now. This is the racing we came for. This is the racing we stayed for. Will Parrish is still here, trying to add himself to the mix, trying to hold off the challenge from Kiani, trying to make those 2 tires last. Constantine has not made them last. He's dropping back. Parrish still fighting hard. He might have the car to beat. Evan Hunter might have the car to beat. He's setting sail on the field right now unless the 46 can run him down. He's going to have to do it quickly. There goes the Fenway boys battling one another. Kiani to the inside of his teammate Cheston. Although at the end of these things, folks, teammates really do not matter. Jacques Noir proving that, sailing it in underneath the 10 of Parrish. Add Noir to the mix. And here comes Gloucester Dawes, side by side for the lead, down the back. Going to be side by side for third as well. Gloucester Dawes, can he make the inside stick in 3? It's something we haven't seen a lot of drivers do today. Look at that, fighting that tight race car, working the bottom. Gloucester Dawes, who's going to have it off at turn 4, coming to 5 to go? Nathan Kiani says he wants a piece of this pie. Here comes Kiani to the inside. Pushing up in the corner, really pushing up into the corner, nearly contact for the race lead. Evan gonna get out of the groove. Kiani leads it. Dawes still there. Noir still there. Chesson still there. Anthony McClure, where did he come from? Adding the 87 to the mix. Now Dawes wants it back as quickly as he lost it. Trying to get underneath the 16 of Kiani. Can't quite do it yet. The action is intense, folks. The vice is tight. Hunter dropping down underneath the 44 of Noir now. Time is ticking away. 4 to go. Kiani has it into the corner comfortably, but Evan Hunter, you could see some big moves made by the drivers ahead of him. Drivers who have all led this race already. Will Parrish, it's done. The 2 tires are not lasting. You needed to take 4 to win this race. That is not Dustin Dawes. That is Curtis Gates, very slow. We're going to park Gates. Hopefully he does not get caught by the leaders next time by. If he does, that's my fault. 3 to go at the line. Kiani has it over the 46. One last dive on board. Anything out of the 46, or is he waiting? Is he waiting to put the 16 in a spot where he can make a mistake? If this is NASCAR 05, he's holding square. He's intimidating that 16. Oh no, then now we screwed up on the 19. He's going to pit. You cannot be on the bottom down here through turns 3 and 4. Give the 19 space. He's pitting, folks. Cheston not going to get held up. Gates wisely goes to the apron. Here comes Gloucester Dawes to the inside. 2 to go at the line. We're going to have a battle. We could have a great finish, folks. Side by side. Get the photo finish cameras ready, folks, because that was close there. 4 miles left. Gloucester Dawes, a rookie. Nathan Kiani, I believe, is a rookie as well. Evan Hunter, Brad Chesson, Jacques Noir, Anthony McClure, Christian Vargas puts his name in the mix as well. What happens on these final laps? Can Gloucester Dawes in the 46 do it? Will the 16, the 22, great cars so far today, do they have anything left in the tank? It's going to be one of this top 3. No way any of the other 3 catch them. Here we come off the corner. It's going to be the white flag presented by Coles, the final time in the 5th running of the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic. Gloucester Dawes has the lead. Will he have it when they come off of turn 4 next time by? Kiani needs to make the move. One car on the apron. It's the 85 who pit for some reason. Oh, they're getting pinchy-punchy back here. The 37 nearly sliding up. Now, Nathan Kiani, he's got one bullet left in that gun. He needs to use it here at 3 and 4 if he wants to win the race. Trying to see if the 46 will slip up. Trying to go just a little bit lower. Trying to get that run on exit. I don't think it's going to happen, folks. Off of turn number 4. Who saw this one coming? Gloucester Dawes wins a thriller at Fontana. He wins the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic. When the race ran clean, we saw an excellent performance out of the number 46. Getting it done. Gloucester Dawes, he's going to do a big old burnout here on the front stretch. Lithuania is going nuts right now. He shares the last name with Dustin. They're not related. That is a huge victory for that team. That's the Motorsports Group. There's no sponsors on that 46. They just won the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic. Nathan Kiani comes home second, just short. Played it perfectly, but just could not fend off the challenge from the 46. Evan Hunter comes home third. Anthony McClure, great run from him, pulling it all the way up from the LCQ to fourth. Same as well with Jacques Noir. Same as well Christian Vargas. Brad Chesson. Alex Constantine probably would have won this race if he took 4 tires. Nick Bergwald recovers from a blown tire. Nick Breeding recovers from a blown tire. The two drivers who recovered from blown tires under caution finished 9th and 10th. That's impressive. You know why? Because they had fresher tires than everybody else. That's why. Will Parrish falls to 11th. Ben Billard falls to 12th. Riley Spurley-Tube, Gatlin Downey, Nelson Reeves, Zachary Fitzwater. Then it's the 7th, Stephen Colon, all the way down 17th. That's a shame for him. He had a great car early on. Dusty Neal, Ben Crouch, Jeff Alloy pulls off a top 20. And then Carter Freeze and Dustin Dawes and everybody else out of the race after that. Thank you all for watching the Butterball Thanksgiving Classic. I think you know how much I enjoy this every year, seeing people from all different communities across Discord and YouTube and the NR community in general coming together for just some holiday fun. I think you can hear it in my voice how much fun I had commentating that race, because what a show these drivers put on tonight at California. Thank you for sticking around and watching. I hope you have a great holiday. If you aren't in the U.S. and Thanksgiving isn't tomorrow, well, have a good Thursday. See you next year. Maybe a lot can change in a year, so I'm not going to guarantee anything. This could be the last Butterball Thanksgiving Classic for what we know, but next year, I'll say there's a pretty good chance we come back for this because of how much fun we have. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you around.